morning. I'm doing a little Peppermill here, and I thought I'd share this. It's kind of like a simple segment, cheap kind of thing. What I did was, I milled up 4 different species of wood at about 1.5 inches. If you go a little thicker, it's probably better, maybe 1.5 inches to 1 3/4 square. And then I glued those 4 pieces together. So then I got this, and I took this and I cut 1-inch sections of this, and I kept going. So I just, on the chop saw, I set the block at 1 inch and I kept spinning it. And then I took this, so I took all those 1-inch pieces, like I have here, and I spun every one time to come up with a pattern, like a twisting pattern, and I glued them all together. So now I'm going to take this to the lathe, spin my profile for my Peppermill, and see how this comes out. I already drilled like a 1 16th inch hole. This is for those antique style Peppermills, but you could do this for any Peppermill, just maybe not drill the hole first. So I'm going to put this in the lathe, spin it, and we'll see how this comes out. Alright, so there you can start to see the pattern emerging. I'm going to keep going, this is almost done. I've set this to the smallest diameter that I want to go so that I can mount that Peppermill on the top. And this is 6 inches, so I'm going to want to take off about 1/2 inch. And I think I'm going to do it from the top half. Alright, so now we just want to create a profile, and because I have a pattern in the wood, I am not going to do a very detailed pattern, a detailed profile. I'm probably just going to do a couple of simple curves. So you can find out with me what this is going to look like when it's done, because I never know. That's what we call a catch. I'm going to try putting a bead on the top. Sometimes it chips out, but if it doesn't, it'll be good. Well, it chipped out, so now I'm going to try and fix it with the skew chisel. This narrow parting tool that I'm using, it's just a file. It's just a file, and I ground a point on the top of it with just a simple grinder. And then I made a handle and stuck it in. It works nice because it's hard and thin. Still a little thick. I think I'm going to create more of a taper here. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to try burning a line right on this seam. If it doesn't come out good, I'll just turn it off. Alright, so the only problem I have is one little gap from where I glued it together. We'll see if I can get you in there. Right there. So I'm going to try and fill that with something. I'm just trying to push some sawdust in there. And then maybe I could just put some, that's not going to work. Maybe it will. Just need fine sawdust. Alright, let's see what a little CA glue does to that. This is thin that I'm using. And a little accelerator. Alright, so now we turn it around. Alright, so I got it turned around, and now I'm just going to take off this little tenon that I didn't use. I'm going to wipe a little triple E on here, just so you guys can see the color. Okay, that came out really good. There you go. So now I just got to flip it around again so that I can finish the bottom part. And I'm going to clean up that burn line with the wire. I guess since I got you guys here, I'm going to put some Mylans. This is Mylan's friction polish. I just keep it in a little squeeze bottle because it's easier to use. And it's high build friction polish, so what do? Put more coats on and build up that finish. Okay, so this is all done. Came out really nice. This is another one that I did, same technique. The only difference is, instead of turning the 1-inch blocks a full rotation, I did them a half rotation, so that's why it has that more of that stepped look. Whereas this one is a little more blocky. And you see the lines from the different pieces getting trued up. But this one is all spirally. So there's different ways to do this, but it really just starts off with that. Both of them started off with just a block like this that got cut and then stacked up and twisted a little bit as I glued them back together. Okay, so this is the finished product. Hopefully I'll have some close-ups that I can add into the video. And this is the other one that we were talking about, that I stacked the pieces more of on a 45-degree turn than a 90-degree turn. So to finish this off, we're just going to screw this lid on here with the supplied screws. These screws are tiny, so what I'm going to do is just center this by eye and touch. And I'm going to make some starter holes. These screws are a little bit difficult to get in because you got to get down underneath where the mechanism protrudes. Okay, so there you have it. One completed antique style Peppermill. Oh, we're moving. Moving, still moving. Hello? Whoops.